Hey everyone, today we're going to see the magical fantasy movie Where the Wild Things Are. It's a heart-touching story about childhood, imagination, loneliness, and the wild adventures inside a young boy's mind. Before we jump into the video, don't forget to subscribe to Narrator Stories Recaps for more amazing movie recaps. The little boy, Marcus, is an energetic and naughty child, but because of his parents' departure his sister has her own friends and he usually can't find a partner. He can only play with older people, but others think you are a child and may not play with you. One time, his sister's friend came to him, and in order to attract his sister's friend's attention, he even threw a snowball, and the house he built was eventually destroyed by them. These old little boys even stepped on his face, and in the end his sister didn't care about him and left. This made Marcus very angry and even destroyed some of his sister's things. Although his mother loves him very much, he still needs to raise his family, and sometimes he is overwhelmed by work. This lonely little boy, in order to attract their attention, sometimes looks more naughty, until one time he quarreled with his mother and bit his mother, and finally ran out to the river to drive a small boat alone. He sailed on the sea for 2 days and 2 nights and arrived at a mysterious island, and there were some monsters living on this mysterious island. These monsters look different, but most of them have horns on their heads and fur all over their bodies. When Marcus first saw them, these monsters were destroying the prince, and he seemed very angry, and he was in a very similar mood at the time, and the monsters seemed to be destroyed because one person left, which made one of the monsters very angry. At first I didn't know what the reason was. These furry monsters didn't look that fierce. Originally, these monsters found Marcus ready to eat him, but he said, "You can't eat me because I have the power from another country." He used his lies to make these monsters believe he was the king of another country, and even became the king of these monsters, because Marcus said, "I have a sad shield that can resist all sorrows." Actually, when I see this, I have a guess. I don't know if it's right. Let's just keep going. These monsters are all different. Some of them have a bad temper, some of them are warm-hearted, and some of them are timid and afraid of things. Then Carol is the biggest one, turning her head and introducing the names of these monsters to Marcus. For example, the female rhinoceros and the other monster are in love. They are Julius and Ella. The oldest looking monster is Alessandra, the bird monster is Douglas, and the female monster is KW. It's too late to introduce these people. These monsters are sleeping together. For the first time, Marcus thought it was nice to have someone by his side. The next day, Carol took Marcus to see his kingdom. Now this land is his beautiful jungle, the desert, the big dog, and the stone team. Finally, Carol took Marcus to his secret territory. Here is the model he built. He can see the home of this harmony inside. Although it is only Carol's wishful thinking, he also hopes so. Looking at Carol's lost soul, Marcus suggested that we could also build such a power plant. But before that, they need to build the best castle first. Finally, everyone was gathered together. Marcus told everyone about his thoughts and hoped that everyone could help together. After the establishment, everyone can live together. And Carol, as the person in charge, emphasized this matter. It can be said that simple monsters say that everyone is full. For monsters, trees and stones are too simple, so soon a castle model was built. Carol and Marcus also drew the M symbol on the outside of the castle. Even if he and Carol are too close, he makes other monsters a little jealous, and all the changes are because KW took Marcus to the beach. Let him meet KW's friend, the 2 owls, but the way the 2 owls came down was too rude. Just smash it with a stone. But because KW brought 2 new friends back, Carol was very angry. It's a good thing that these 2 owls ruined the relationship between them. Carol became very depressed. In fact, she always wanted KW to pay more attention to herself, but she always did what she wanted. In order to comfort Carol, who was in a low mood, Marcus came up with a way. Let's play the block game together. Some people take the bad guys, some people take the good guys, then hit each other with 10 blocks. It's a bit like a snow battle. KW also participated. At first, this game looked very interesting. They also had a lot of fun, but until Carol's head was accidentally stepped on by KW, because KW thought it was a game, but Carol was very angry. The relationship between the 2 owls was slowly disintegrating, but Carol hoped that this king could use his ability to make everyone feel sad, but he couldn't do anything. After that, everyone thought they were cheated. It turns out that Marcus is not a king and has no ability. If everyone else believes that he is not a king, then Carol has been angry, but she understands that all of this is a trap and even wants to eat Marcus. It's a good thing that KW let her hide in her own stomach and avoided a blow. Now think about Marcus and Carol. On the characteristics of Carol, she was emotionally unstable and angry. The destruction of an owl resembled a little boy with an owl. Seeing this, I finally understood the order and finally knew what was going on. It turns out that after leaving home, this may be the impression in the little boy's heart. Carol represents the little boy himself, and the king represents his father. There are many poems on the island. In fact, I believe that there were similar kings before, but after the final failure, they were eaten by the monsters. Of course, there is also a layer of consciousness hidden in it. Because it's longer, I won't go into detail. And as the most important female monster, KW, she is mature and steady. party. In fact, this symbolizes Mom Why Can't Carol and the little boy Hair the owl that KW brought back. This owl symbolizes the strange man that Mom brought back. Because of his approach, the little boy is full of hostility even when playing the game. Why was Carol angry? Because that face is not the same as the first few boys in the snow field. In the end, when the little boy wanted to go back to his mother, he actually figured it out. Because Carol is his own incarnation. As a third party, he has been looking at him like seeing his own will. The return of Little Marks means that he has to grow up. Losing the sea is the price. This monster island is his sea kingdom. But in fact, how much time and growth do you have to spend to understand? Lonely. He's always making trouble. It's just how you look at it, okay? That's it for this video. I'll see you next time.